Hi Aries, this is Griselle with Psychic MD. Thank you so much for showing up to your December reading. December, I said it. Can you believe that? Crazy talk. Okay, so before we get really started, I'm going to go ahead and sage our space a little bit. And I want to do a quick thank you for those of you guys that are returning for my shenanigans. Thank you for stopping by again. I so appreciate you. For those of you that are new, welcome. And I do hope that you become repeat offenders like the rest. All right, so now that we've cleared our space, I just want to let you know I did already pull a card. And we are going to be looking at the Priestess of Light with this card. And this is kind of like an anchor. So this is your December vibe, okay? Sacred breath and sound, life force, communication. And I did meditate prior to pulling this card for you, dear Aries. I just want you to know, the first thing I'm noticing is, of course, the number 10. It seems like it's a culmination of things. And at the very end, all of a sudden, there's this big release. So I do feel like a watery release from you. Oh my goodness, my brain. Reel it in, Griselle. Okay, so what I mean by that, okay, for some of you guys, it's going to come through in the form of like sexual expression. I don't even know why this is coming forth, but here we are talking about it. For the rest of you, it's just going to be simply indicating that you are letting go of some emotional things and you're going to have a really big cleanse, just the same way as that we have some tears sometimes, and that makes us feel kind of calmer. Scientifically, they can look through a microscope and notice that the tears are really different from the tears of release and of all that pent up whateverness we're feeling, anxiety or, I don't know, suspense or wondering what's going to happen or despair or any of the negative things, of feeling alone, of perhaps you've lost a loved one, and they can actually under a microscope, if you look at Dr. Moda's study, different tears crystallize and look differently. So I think that's personally fascinating, but okay, get to the point, G. So here we have the, okay, sorry, my dogs decided to sparkle me with their little fur as well occasionally. So we have the sacred breath and sound. So we're going to look into that a little bit. I am going to read just for a moment from this book. And it says life force, communication. The priestess of breath of life brings the light of the dolphin to you. This important totem has long been marked the symbol of life and force, embodiment of breath, movement, and sound. This card is telling you to bring the dolphin's easy flowing pattern to the breath of your life force at this time. Healing is available to you now on both physical and personal levels. Deep breathing can alleviate stress, initiate and accelerate healing, and raise the resonant vibration of your chi or life force. If there's a physical issue, personal pattern you want to resolve, spend some time in deep breathing and meditation and let yourself feel the fluid, peaceful influence it brings to your body and your life. Another sacred energy heralded by this card is the resonance of sound. Dolphins have a special way of communicating, sending out clicks and responding to their, I can never say this word, reverberations. You're welcome. This card is calling your attention to how you communicate with yourself and others. The aqua blue colors on the card reinforce the importance of this message, vibrating with the energy of the fifth or the throat chakra. It is your soul's directive to honor your self-expression. And this is one of the most important parts when I read this earlier for you, okay? If you find it difficult to speak up, start by venting your difficult feelings in your journal. This healing process leads to a great courage of expression in the future. So, dear Aries, it is time to share your feelings, voice your requests, and honor your right to speak out. Take a deep breath and practice communicating openly with others. The resonance of your breath and sound will soon move your life forward with the freedom, fluidity, and spark of joy of the dolphin's magical energy. And here's your affirmation. I breathe deeply and express myself. My sound and my breath are sacred to me. Aries, if you're having a hard time with self-expression, With speaking your truth, this is your moment. This is your month. And I love this for you. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I'm going to say that this is going to be our anchor, okay? And I'm going to leave this here just so we can continue looking at it. Excuse me. All right. So what else do we have for my beautiful Aries? And again, thank you if you're a repeat offender here. That means a lot to me. Okay, right off the bat, I'm just really feeling like there's a lot of anxiety coming to plague you. I feel like perhaps a lot of you guys are going through issues where you're feeling uncertain, where you're feeling a little bit gloom and doom. And while I certainly understand it, I'm going to urge you to try to bring your life a little bit more into balance, a little bit more into focus, and go ahead and let's refer back to card number 1 that does talk about connecting your breath, maybe listening to music, maybe meditation, literally breath work, anything like that that's going to calm your mind is going to really help at this point in time, okay? So, what do we need to know? For Aries for December. Aries for the month of December 2021. What's going on for Aries? Let's find out. We're going to be exploring your general vibe. We're going to be exploring your finances. And we're going to be exploring love. Whether you are partner, relationship, situationship, or complicationship, or simply just single. All right. General vibe for December. For Aries. 10 of emotion. So it looks to me like you are fully embracing December. Joy, emotional fulfillment, perhaps emotional indulgence, huh? Thinking about friends and family, those that are near and dear to your heart. I feel like for some of you guys is even discovering new love, new passion. And while I wasn't trying to jump into any love stuff right now, I'm just going to mention whatever comes out because that's what I do. But if you look here, I'm just looking at these petals and I feel like it's almost a little bit like the vibration of he loves me not, she loves me not. And so this could be romantic as well, involving a lot of feel-good vibes. I'm just going to say that. So you want to be careful that you keep your feet grounded and do your breath work, dear Aries. That's going to be awesome for you. And by all means, enjoy yourself emotionally. Just keep everything in perspective, right? I'm a fine one to talk. I don't even know what moderation means. I cannot spell it. But here we are. Here we are. Okay, so Aries, what else do we have for the month of December? General vibe for the month of December for Aries. Let's find out. Awakening. Ooh, who is awakening? Okay, I'm going to tell you that, dear Aries, I really try to keep my platform fairly neutral. I don't really want to introduce a lot of my own biases, my own feelings, my own thoughts and ideas about this, but I do feel like for the month of December, a lot of you are going to be coming into what we would call an awakening. And even if you are woke folk, I'm going to say it like that, I feel like you have another second awakening coming through. And sometimes waking up can be a little bit like layers. If you've ever been in a deep sleep, if you've ever woken up from out of anesthesia, it can even feel like that for some of us, okay? And I feel like you are going to start connecting more with spirit, with the cosmos, with your higher power, whatever that means. I feel like you're going to start coming out of the clouds, out of confusion, out of things that are like really nebulous. I think that you are going to start really enjoying more the prismatic effect of things that just look different and feel different than they ever have before. I think that your perspective is going to start changing radically, but in such a way that it allows way more beauty, way more freedom into your life. So I feel like there's been a little bit of some like doubt, some oppression, some confusion, and you're coming out of that. And I feel like you are starting to recognize, dear Aries, starting to remember who you are, okay? Starting to awaken to your most highest self and your most evolved self. For a lot of you, you are going to be exploring new ways of self-expansion, self-expression, communicating. Some of you guys are going to be taking up instruments and singing and dancing and trying different things that you never even knew you had a talent for. Others of you are returning to talents that you have long forsaken. Not deliberately, life just happens, doesn't it? So what else do we have? What else do we have for Aries? General. Aries general. Let's find out. Oh my goodness. 8 of material. You're going to put in the work. You're putting in the work. Okay. So you are burning the midnight oil. You're doing it with grace. You're doing it beautifully. Quite intentionally. You're making sure that everything that you do, it comes from a place of honesty, of your truth. I feel like you're going to start becoming more aware, more authentic than you ever have been. I feel you enjoying just color more than you ever have in your entire life. So me personally, this has been like my year to kind of enjoy color. I've always had like crazy hair color, but enjoying color as far as like my attire or just enjoying visually the color. It's almost like you can savor it. And I feel like that's going to be you. So enjoying color to fullest extent, maybe coloring and painting your walls inside or whatever the case may be, taking up painting, who knows. So a lot of dedication to enlightening and raising your vibration, I feel. Okay, so that's what I have for your general read. That was actually really deep. What else do I have? Looking at your finances, your Aries. Finances for the month of December. For Aries, let's find out. Princess of Pentacles. You're going to be really thinking about where I'm putting my money, my time, my energy, my effort. And I'm going to do everything super methodical, super wise. I'm not going to be carried away by my passion, by my excitement. Maybe the way that I behaved in the past, a little bit with haste. I've come a long way from those choices. And now I'm ready to start seeing things bloom. I'm ready to put my energy, my effort in a place that's going to really help work for me, for my wealth, my abundance, my peace, and my security. And those are your thoughts. And I feel like you are going to start seeing rewards for what you have already put into things. So this is her with some wheat in her hand, raised up in almost like a celebration of victory, right? So what else do we have? Finances for Aries. Aries for the month of December. Let's find out. Okay, so it's going to be emotionally fulfilling. Also, you might have someone, partner up with someone who is going to bring you some emotional gratification. I feel like it's going to be good for both of you. If this is you partnering up with someone, collaborating, whatever the case may be, it is going to be a very sweet thing to where it hits those high notes of emotion, of emotional gratification. It's going to hit that prisma effect of you diversifying in such a way that you're not looking at portfolios from the bank, from these are my options. You're looking at what makes your heart sing, what gives you joy, and what genuinely produces abundance, however you define it. And if you don't know what that means to you, if abundance is only money in your bank account, then I suggest you write a little paragraph, meditate on it, and write about what abundance is to you, what gives you joy, and what do you see as being plenty, because I think that that will radically change for you, okay? So that's what I have as far as your money. I'm going to leave these down here. Also as a semi-anchor. We're going to look at love. We're going to look at love using this deck. What is it called? The Tarot. The Dark Mansion Tarot. Okay. And so Aries, what do we have for love? We're going to go ahead and do partner, situationship, complicationship first. Okay. For Aries, for the month of December, what do we have for love? For those that are committed, partnership, situationship, relationship, complicationship. What's going on for Aries in love in the month of December? Let's find out. Nine of Wands. Some of you guys could be feeling a little bit defensive, a little bit like, you know what, I'm the general. I'm going to defend my home and my hearth, and this is how I do things. And don't come any closer. I'm going to check you out. I'm going to vet you. I'm going to pat you down. I'm going to make sure that you pass all of my qualifications before you're allowed in my inner circle, which means beyond this gate, okay? If you don't measure up, then you're out. So I feel like you're going to be a little bit weary, which is fine. But even if you're partnered with someone, this suggests you're like, okay, you need to measure up. You need to measure up because I've been through some stuff and I'm sort of like tired of being through things. So this is my wounded warrior. You could have been through some stuff. Now, if you've been through challenges in your marriage, I feel like this is saying to your partner, hey, partner, shape up, okay? Shape up already. I expect it. And I feel like you'll get it. You are very capable at this point in time, so I just suggest you don't doubt yourself. Okay, what else do we have for those that are in a partnership for my Aries in December? Let's find out. Ooh, Two of Swords, yeah. So you could be in deep contemplation. You could be not speaking to your partner, even if you live in the same house. Yes, how about that, folks? Not a lot of fun. Been there, done that. So it could be that you guys both need to make a decision and you want to really carefully weigh things out before you make any decision. But also by making no decision, you are still quite making a decision. And so I feel like both of you are feeling the currents and the undercurrents of this energy. And I see that she has like no legs here almost. It's like, I know she's like on the other side of this little altar, whatever the case may be, but it seems like there's a lot of emotion and a lot of mystery and a lot of like, I have blinders on, I don't know how to proceed. So there's a lot of issues that are causing this stalemate with you and your partner. Even if you are talking and being superficial about things, there's something big that you're not talking about or discussing, okay? Not good, okay? What else do we have for our partner in December? Aries in December. Let's find out. Six of Cups, wishing, having nostalgia, wishing that things were the way they used to be, looking at old journals, looking at old pictures of when you perhaps were happier. Okay, don't get caught up in looking at the past. It's okay to visit, but it's coming from someone whose brain has been trapped in the past quite a bit. I'll admit it. It's not going to be healthy for you to stay there, okay? That's what I have for you. Focus on your abundance. Make sure that you are focusing on your heart chakra. Okay, if you believe in that sort of things, I would be wearing green, even meditating, looking for things to help your heart chakra to grow and flow. Okay, so that's what I have for partner. So let's do singles. Those of us that are single. And those of us that are Aries, what do Aries singles have going on in December? Let's find out. I feel like a lot of movement, a lot of communication, maybe a lot of sex, huh? What's going on here? Is that on the top of your mind? A lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of wanting to get your mojo going, a lot of wanting, well, some of you, frankly, not gonna lie, some of you just want sex, okay? So all you think about is just maybe having a physical connection with someone, or you are speculating what it would be like to have a connection with a specific person, but you're thinking about that connection in terms of sexual connection rather than other things, okay? Practical things or how you guys get along. It's just all about how we get along in the bedroom. I heard boom boom, so that's for somebody. What else do we have for Aries, our single Aries for the month of December? This could be a burden. This could be somebody that you would have been thinking about for some time. For some of you guys, you just have a lot of burdens on your plate, and your way to escape, your way to look at things differently, your way to feel good is sexual outlets, okay? And I did feel that in the beginning of this reading. What else do we have for the month of December for my Aries friends? Let's find out. The Three of Wands, patiently waiting. Okay, so maybe you're waiting to see what exactly is coming your way, and it could be slow in coming, like this little buggy here. For some of you guys, it could be like a tractor, and you're trying to figure out which way to go. Am I going to go the fast way, like whatever car pulls up and you just get in, jump in, and boom, you're off? Or are you going to wait for the right person? Or are you going to take your time and wait for your person? There's a lot of options for you, I'm not going to lie. And it's going to really depend on how you can temper your burdens versus your sexual needs. So they are not the same. Don't confuse them as being the same, because they're not. You can definitely have different outlets without seeking to use somebody else's body or your own in such a way that later you'll feel bad about yourself. I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave the rest to your imagination, because I know you're super smart, dear Aries. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And with that, I will leave you. Much love to you, and namaste. Oh, yeah, and Merry Christmas to those of you guys that celebrate. The rest of you, Happy December. Namaste.